Our bodies may be limited, but it's our spirit that's unstoppable. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. The defiant human spirit remains steadfast. When you choose courage in the face of fear, you defy the things that hold you back from greatness.
I think that life is not about the amount of days that you live on this earth, but it's about what you fit into those days that allows you to live a remarkable life. Every one of us, every single day, is blessed with the air that we breathe, the opportunities that we have. And I challenge you every single day to get out of bed and do something that your future self will be proud of.
At some point, we all bought into this lie that you got to feel ready in order to change. We are not designed to do things that are uncomfortable or scary or difficult. And in order to change, in order to do all those things that you know you want to do with your life, with your work, with your dreams, you're going to have to do things that are difficult, uncertain, or scary. We want to change. We want to live a better life. The desire is there. Again, it's about how do you go from knowledge to action.
You and I are designed to be purpose-seeking mechanisms. When we're not, when we live in our comfort zone, we live a life of survival.
No matter how chaotic your vision, no matter how chaotic your life, don't ask yourself who you are today. Ask only, who do you want to become? And then are you willing to pay the price to get there? Take an action today or you never will.
Love success, and I'm here to tell you today, if you're going to be successful, you've got to be willing to give up sleep. You got to be willing to work off for 3 hours of sleep, 2 hours. If you really want to be successful, some days you will have to stay up 3 days in a row. Because you got to be willing to work off for 3 hours of sleep, 2 hours. If you don't want it badder than you want to party, you don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success. You don't want it badder than... I don't know how many of y'all got asthma in here today, but if you ever had an asthma attack before, you short of breath, SOB, shortness of breath, you wheezing. The only thing you trying to do is get some air. You don't care about no basketball game. You don't care what's on TV. You don't care about nobody calling you. You don't care about a party. The only thing you care about when you're trying to breathe is to get some fresh air. I'm not eating like I eat at home. That's why you're about to go to the next level, because if you keep eating like you ate at home, you'll keep being a boy or a girl. It's time to become man, woman.
It's automatic, it's on. I flip mattress, I'm grabbing the apparatus, keep squeezing it till it flatten your melon. A known felon, I'm weaving it through the traffic, connecting with drug addicts, embracing these thug habits. Look, at the end of the month was no food. Potato and egg tacos is how I made do. Free peanut butter and government cheese. My issue, my mama called it Deborah for help. Aunt Lou. 4 kids to adults, we here starving. My father got a job, he started then departed. My mama broken hearted, I'm looking at her nauseous. It's time to hustle regardless, I'm getting this party started. Like quarter beats in a brown paper bag in the bush, cross the street with the pistol close to hand. Pray to God when it's time to bust it, it don't jam. I sold my 7 grams, police came, I ran.
Facts with Robert Reese, man. This your boy Dash Bandicoot tapping in with you, brother. Hey, I'm right here on a break in my dash right now, getting busy, but I figured I'd tap in before I eat some grub real quick. But yo, man, I like your channel, like what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we share some of the same ideas as far as like how to navigate this gig market. So just tapping in, showing love, man. I seen your comment. Finally got a chance to hit you, bro. Whenever you get a chance back, man, just holler, man, for sure, man. Love, bro. Be safe.
Being here on Hot Facts for the very first time, what do you think about it?
Yeah, honestly, you've kind of inspired me to get the, what's it called? StreamYard? Yeah, because this whole production you're running right now is pretty fucking legit. All that, the intro and all that cool stuff. Yeah, I was saying, I'm going to have to get one of these intros done for you. The Hot Facts with Robert Reese, and then I'm going to jump off a 50-foot cliff and do like a double backflip.
Perfect that you said that, man. This is your lane. You made this. This is your baby, and you're gonna see it through. You know, that's great. When Dash Bandicoot told me about you, and I'm like, I've never heard of this man before. But if you're, he was like, he basically told me he would follow you to war if there was a war. I'm like, I gotta check him out. I gotta check him out. You know, and that's how I started watching your channel.
This guy, he brings the energy. He's got the best intro in all of YouTube, mate. You've got other people saying his name, and there's a reason for that. And he can get subscribers from anyone. With his great personality, man. The Hot Facts is exactly that, man.
Hot Facts. This is KG Sports, and you're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese. What's up, guys? You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Take care.
This is Isaac Henderson, and you're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
What's up, guys? I'm Sean Berube. This is my boy Vargas, and we love watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is Hot Facts with Robert Reese. People, live Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. through 3 p.m. People, we go 1 hour, but we all know if it gets a little hot, we can go a little bit longer. It is Thursday. It is hot the whole week. Hope you guys are staying mentally focused out there. Don't let this heat get to you. Do your thing. Don't worry about no one else. Happy birthday to anyone that has a birthday out there. Happy anniversary to anyone that has a birthday out there. We got all those things going on. Today, very interesting day. I'm actually doing a video. I'm using my wife's car. I wanted to actually see how her equipment does and all that other stuff. So I'll be putting that video out tonight. Yesterday, we had a great one. Tanner Martley stopped by. It was a really great interview. A lot of questions were asked on there that he has never gotten before. So you guys can go ahead and check that out. If you guys want to check out all of the other interviews, you can head to the playlist. You can head to the previous lives, check them out there, or just type up Hot Facts interview, and every single one pops up, even the ones that I have up and coming. You can go ahead and check those things out. Today, we have a good one. We have Cornbread from Grind City Grinders. He will be tapping in today. Very, very great guy. Very, very great guy. He's doing some things over there in Tennessee. Okay, and I got a lot of questions for the man. He's not new to driving. He's just new to creating content. So it's going to be pretty fun. He has a lot of great insights. He knows exactly what he's talking about, and he says he wants to get the word out there. So he's doing his thing, and he hopped in by way of the DoorDash Revolution. So his vouch is already there. I got a chance to check him out when he first put his very first video up, and he brings the knowledge. We spoke on the phone, spoke on here. You guys did see him here yesterday. He just tapped in for a little bit. I said, get off the air, man. Get off the air so I don't waste none of my juice I got in store tomorrow for you. So that is what he did. So he should be checking in a minute. And just what I'm going to do like a delivery driver and say, hey, it looks like you've been paused for a little minute. Are you okay? I'm going to send him that text. I'm sending that text. Okay, people, bam. There we go from there. So yesterday, we also have some pretty great news. I don't know if any of you guys watched the live yesterday, but for some of you that may not have seen, I'm going to add this in for you now. Available enterprise solutions and enable restaurant operations to manage all digital guest experiences from a single operating system across the entire customer lifecycle. Mobile ordering, catering, and delivery apps. Guess what, people? What do we do? Okay, now let's tie this in. Operators that opt into Novodyne will have access to the following restaurants that are opting in. Okay, opting into this. You don't have no control. the restaurants have control. Allows operators to consolidate all third-party marketplace orders with DoorDash, Grubhub, Easy Cater, Uber Eats, Postmates. That was yesterday, people, that right there. And today, actually, I was just watching UDM, and they were going over catering orders and things like that. So yeah, boy, people pay attention. They are regulating and they are changing things together with the restaurants and the apps. The agreements have already been made from the delivery apps, the catering apps with the restaurants. They've already made the agreements, and right now they're shifting everything. So people be prepared. Let me see. Cornbread says he's in here. Let me see. Where's Cornbread at? Let me see.
Some people love sleep more than you love success.
All right, Cornbread. I want to send you a link right here. I'm going to put the link up right now. It's good. Cornbread, when you do get that, let me double check and make sure that is the same food I gave you. Let me double check to make sure that's the same. Yeah, it's the same way. Yeah, so just click that link and then hop on in. Or hop on in like this way and do it that way.
Okay, you're A-okay. So while he's doing that, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it different right now. While we're waiting on Cornbread, I'm going to go ahead and get the replies and comments going now. I'll get those going now. So let's go ahead and do this. Bam, never mind. I hear him. I hear Cornbread. Bam, there he is. I'm going to add you to the stream. There you go, my man. What is good? You made it, huh?
What's up? I guess I'm technologically not that savvy because I didn't follow the instructions well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but you are here. So for people who do not know, this man, his name is Cornbread.
Man, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? You can't hear me?
I'm having trouble hearing you.
Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check.
Just a moment.
Yeah, click one of them buttons. Click one of them buttons and see what happens.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Am I good? Am I good? Cornbread, can you hear me?
Hang on.
Okay. Should I kick him and then let him come back in? You think that'll work, people, if I kick him and then he hops back in? Can you hear me?
Let me back out and come back in because I can't hear you.
Okay, kick the studio. People, I knew it. Kick him and let him come back in. All right. So, people, his name is Cornbread. He comes by way of Tennessee, and he's doing some really good driving out there. He works with his partner in a group. Actually, I do believe that they have a group that they help other drivers, and they got a lot of great stuff going on out there. And this, let me see. I see him there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're all good. You're all
All
good.
Right. My bad. Right. Sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're all right. You're all right. I got you in. So Cornbread is in that Tennessee area, people there where we heard the interview with the DoorDash Revolution a little bit. Today, we're going to hear some stuff from Cornbread's side. And there were some questions that I asked the DoorDash Revolution people that I can actually ask this man too, because they're in the same area. And a lot of people may not think about the things that I'm going to ask them. But there's some things that, you know, some people may want to know. So you do know when you're dealing with me, we got to get down to them hot facts, people. Now, I'm going to let him go ahead and introduce himself. Now, people, yesterday, he was in the truck, and I let him know that he looks like one of my favorite wrestlers growing up, Hillbilly Jim. So if you guys are my age, at least 40 years old, if you are 35 and have older brothers and used to watch wrestling, you know who Hillbilly Jim is. But you are my age, go ahead and just type up Hillbilly Jim and then leave a comment inside this chat live today. Once you guys go ahead and check that out. Well, Cornbread, the floor is yours. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, hello. I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to get on today. I really like what you're doing. I appreciate what you're doing. And anyway, my name is actually Caleb. I'm affectionately known as Cornbread by other DoorDash drivers, and kind of got that nickname when I busted onto the scene. And I'm kind of a loud, boisterous character, and I started nicknaming people that I didn't know names for. And the next thing you know, they're calling me Cornbread, and it stuck. But my real name is Caleb. I'm originally from Texas, grew up in Texas, moved to Louisiana after getting married, stayed in Louisiana for 22 years. First wife ended up passing away, remarried, it didn't work out. And I moved up to North Mississippi where my best friend lives, ended up marrying his sister. And that's kind of what brought me to North Mississippi, Memphis area.
Okay, and you know what's funny? You said you didn't know people's names, so you would just name them. That is something that me and my brothers, my close friends, my cousins, that's what we do. When we don't know someone's name, it's who does he look like?
Right.
And that's how we know who the person is. So when we'll be sitting together, right? And I say, man, you see so-and-so who? And we'll say like George Brett. And then instantly someone will look and, oh, you're talking about that guy right there. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. There you go. I do get that. Condolences on your first wife, man. Condolences there. I know you had a second one you said, and that didn't work. So are you pretty much saying the first one, that was the one it was supposed to be?
You know, God has plans for everybody. I don't know what they are. We were on the outs when all of it went down and stuff anyway. Honestly, I don't know. My second marriage, I got two beautiful kids. One's a son that's 25 and a daughter that's 19. He's a truck driver. She's going to vet school at LSU. So, I mean, God's destiny is God's destiny. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? I ended up marrying my best friend's sister up here. We've been together for 4 years. She is absolutely the love of my life, the best woman I've ever had in my life. And I'm just blessed to be where I'm at.
Right. Hey, amen to that one, because life is life. You know, it's different steps, different journeys for everyone. So,
absolutely.
So you're happy out there. You're doing your thing. That is super great. Now, people, I told you guys recently coming up to this, he's not a rookie to driving. Okay, let the people know out there how long you've been driving for as far as the gig apps.
Actually,
no, no, wait. Now, what I mean by this, there's a definition of rookie. Okay, people, when I mean rookie, I mean that someone that is barely getting in and they don't know anything about life or how to conduct any type of business or anything. He's not a rookie. So he fully understood what he was getting into and he's doing his thing. That's what I mean by he is not a rookie. We know what a rookie is. He's not a rookie. So go ahead and let him know.
All right. So I've only been in the gig economy, not quite a year yet, but I jumped in with both feet. It started out of necessity, man. I was in my brother-in-law had a construction company. I was helping him with this construction company, working with him. Let me back up because there's a backstory to that. In 1996, I was paralyzed from the waist down in a car accident.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was told I'd never walk again, and 8 years later, I began walking again.
Hey man, give it up to him up there. Give it up to him.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So having said that, as men, we're taught to provide for our families, you know. Once I started walking again, I mean, I worked even when I was in a wheelchair. I've always worked and done something. But anyway, my brother-in-law was starting this company up and asked me to come work with him. So I did, because I'm just supporting my family. And I was raised by a grandfather that was old school, came from nothing. Anything worth having is worth working for. And so as a man, it didn't matter how much pain I was in, I was going to work and do my thing, you know? So that happened. And I worked with him for about 4 years. And during that 4 years, I injured my back 3 times. The third time that I injured my back, the doctor told me I needed to change professions. Well, I had done sales, retail sales, things like that. I'm a people person, so working with the public and people is kind of my thing. But anyway, hurt my back. I was sitting at the house. Bills were piling up. I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do. I started a little t-shirt company. Didn't get a whole lot of traction with that, and thought, man, I got to do something. And one evening, my wife's like, hey, you ever thought about doing some door dashing or Uber driving? And at the time, her brother was doing that. And he was talking about how good it was and how much money he could make. And he was a fireman and did this on the side. And so I told her, I was like, you know what, I'll give it a try. So I signed up for it that night. At the time, I was driving a 2012 Toyota Tundra V8, jacked up, you know, the hillbilly heartthrob ride. And and I was sucking down gas, man. And within the first week, I made almost $1,000. And so I figured out real quick that this could be pretty lucrative, or not, maybe not lucrative, but I could make some money doing it. So I'm like, I gotta go get another car. So I went out and I bought a 2006 Scion XB, got 30 miles to the gallon. Started doing this in August of last year. By November of that year, I had crashed the car, rolled it over, ended up in the hospital, punctured lung, chest tube, all this stuff. Was in the hospital for about a week. And, you know, laid up, and the DoorDash revolution, Rob, or I'll refer to him as the Rev, you know, he just took me under his wing from the time I started. We actually were standing in a restaurant. I don't meet a stranger. So I started talking to him. The next thing you know, I and another gentleman are meeting for breakfast every Monday. We're having a quick little devotional, talking about, you know, God, our week, our day. And then when the accident happened, Robert was the only solid dude that checked on me. He would call me up. Hey man, what you need? You need me to run to the store for you? Let me come over here. Let me do this. I have developed a relationship with this gentleman. If nothing else comes from my delivery experience or my gig economy experience, meeting him was probably one of the best things in my life. He's been there for me through thick and thin. I mean, he's a real ride or die. He's got a lot of knowledge. I wouldn't be able to do a lot of the things that I do as far as making money, because I still consider myself a newbie. But so that's kind of the backstory of how I got to where I'm at. Yeah, I guess that's kind of it. That's what brought me here.
All right, and let the people know out there what apps you currently deliver for.
I have been on the DoorDash platform since I started, 100%. I am a Instacart driver, but I've never done an Instacart batch. Okay. And I do, and roadie, and I just started doing roadie about 3 weeks ago, and I do it kind of as a supplemental thing for DoorDash. To be honest with you, I'm not truly a multi-apper. I'm a one platform guy. I'm kind of simple, and I feel like if you can't master one thing, you shouldn't move to the next. And so I'm mainly a DoorDash driver.
Okay. Now you said roadie there. Now there is a live channel that I watch. It's a business channel here on YouTube, and they go over nothing but all of the other gig apps that people just don't know about, or ones that people have not tried to do. So curry and roti, and there's maybe like, oh, there's curry, roti, there's a couple freight ones, but they are all out there. And yeah, people, I sign up to things just to have them for a backup, just in case. But
Well,
like I said, master your thing. Go ahead.
I can tell you this. Within the last week, I mean, I know you watched some of the stuff that I put out. In our area, the market's oversaturated with top dashers. Since Thursday, a week ago, I've been having to schedule dashes where I've never had to do that before. The blocks are 30 minutes to an hour and a half. And had it not been for Rhodey, the money that I made, I was able to make the money that I normally would make working just with DoorDash between the two platforms that kept me afloat, kept me right where I needed to be.
Right. And people, that's why you got to have them. Certain things will happen. Now, in this area, people, you notice he did not say oversaturated with drivers. He said oversaturated with top drivers. Okay? So what that means is when your market is oversaturated with top drivers and you're only getting 30 minutes to an hour and a half, let's say he wants to work in another city or another like area close by. If it's open, the top dashers that can't get in where he is, they're going to be getting in there. And that same 30 minutes, an hour and a half is going to translate over there. And it's going to go like that into where a top dasher, once they figure out I'm in this zone pretty much, they are not going to leave that, especially if they have figured out the exact market right there.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's when it's time to get stingy with your work. So people, the reason why it's oversaturated with top dashers now is because of the switch and change that they are trying to do. There's more people now that are trying to become the top dashers, okay, and they've never had this. So now these markets are oversaturated with people that have realized I got to start switching up how I do these deliveries. Okay, so that's exactly what's going on. Okay, exactly what's going on.
I would agree with you on that. I've tried. I'm lucky in the fact of the geographical location that I'm in. I'm within 10 to 15 minutes of probably 12 to 15 different markets, and they're pretty substantial. Restaurants are full. I've tried 3 of those in the last couple of days, and it's been the same in each market. You gotta schedule. Well, I got hip to it. Yesterday, I scheduled a dash starting at 6:30 in the morning, going all the way to 11 p.m. at night, and I crushed it. So if you're in a market, you need to schedule, because and here's the thing. DoorDash Revolution told me this a month ago. He's like, you need to schedule your dashes. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I got this, man. I'm a top dasher. I'm making my money. I'm doing my thing. I'm in my lane. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't listen to him. He was absolutely right. So if there's nothing else that you take away from this interview today, if you're a dasher, schedule your dashes, because I put this this theory to the test. And yesterday, compared to the days prior, I got more offers and better quality offers. And I think it has everything to do with scheduling those blocks.
Right. Schedule them in. It's pretty much, when you schedule, it's your word. You know what I mean? So whether, if it's a handshake or a scheduling or a head nod, it all means the exact same thing.
Right.
Okay?
Well, it's like putting something in layaway. You put down a little bit of money to show that you actually have an interest in it. So now I know you've got this interest in it, so you're more than likely coming back to get it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a sign of commitment.
Okay.
And I think that's looked at.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish up.
I just think it's a sign of commitment, and that you're looking at, people look at it, DoorDash, whoever, whatever platform. Okay, this guy's committed to do this. So he's committed, and he took time to do the schedule. He's vested in it, so they're going to invest in you.
Right. That's how I see it. Now, people, I'm about to jump into the water, into the fire right now, people. I'm about to jump into the fire right now. Now, the DoorDash revolution was on here, and I'm not even going to hold this question up. Now, they are in the Mississippi, Tennessee area, people. So if you guys paid attention to any type of history or school books when you're growing up and learning things about states like this, okay, there's a big racial presence in these states, okay? Just this is historically, okay? So I asked the DoorDash revolution, I asked him, how is it with the treatment that he gets when he goes into some of these places? Now, he broke it down, and he broke it down in the way to where people go ahead and check out the interview. He broke that thing down. Now I get to ask the exact same question because, and the best thing about this, people, these two are really good friends, and they do everything together. But coincidentally, one is black, one is white, and they work in an area where there's historically there's issues. So I'm going to ask you this. When you are going out and doing your orders, how are your pickup and wait times? And how are your pickup and wait times? And just break down the whole. I don't even know what questions to ask in that to even break that. How is it for you being white in an area and doing your deliveries and your orders?
Ebony and ivory. No, I'm just kidding. No, look. You're absolutely right. I mean, we're talking about a southern state or southern states that divide has been there, and I don't see color. I don't see economic status. I see people is what I see, and I was raised up in a home where that was not the norm. My grandparents were old school. I can't fault them. They raised my mother and us kids as they were raised. And I think that's what happens with a lot of people, because people aren't taught to hate. People aren't taught to discriminate. They're not. You put two kids together on a playground and they'll play just fine. But it's the outside influence that changes who they are. So we're living in a place where racial tensions can be high. As far as orders and pickups and stuff like that, Robert and I stay on the phone pretty much all day, off and on, 2-3 hours at a time. I see him firsthand in restaurants, and I see the way people treat him sometimes. Sometimes I feel like he's treated differently than I'm treated in some situations. For example, I guess it was a couple of days ago, I said, "Hey man, there's this restaurant up the street." I said that, and the management is African American. The general manager's name is John, and the assistant's name is Johnny, and they're really cool. And every time I go in and I talk to them and I try to be personable with them, the other day I went to pay for a drink and they gave me one for free. Well, when Robert goes in there, Robert's treated a little differently. I've made comments about management or staff in these restaurants, and Robert tells me, "Man, they don't treat me like that." And I think it's disgusting, and I think it's despicable for human beings to treat other human beings any differently than they would treat anyone else. It disgusts me, but it's a fact. It's a fact. It's just a fact of where we're at, where we live, and it's very unfortunate and it's very ignorant, because, if I looked at that, and if I looked at color differently than I do, I'd be missing out on one of the greatest friends I've ever known.
Right.
And that hurts my heart. It's funny because I'm sitting here in this little town of Collierville, Tennessee. If I drove down the street maybe a mile, there's 3 or 4 houses, shotgun houses, that look like slave homes. And every time I drive by it, my feelings get hurt. It's like, and they're occupied by black families. And it just, when I see it, it's just like, man, they may not even be slave homes, but every time I look at them, That's what it reminds me of.
It reminds
And
me
so
of.
it just hurts my feelings, you know?
Man, now have you asked any of the other drivers there, as far as now this is going to get interesting. As far as tips, have you guys talked about the difference in your tips in a southern, used to be Confederate state tips, yeah.
So I wouldn't say that I talk about it a whole lot with other drivers, because honestly, we had tried to put a little group together of some people over here, and egos and attitudes and stuff started to conflict a little bit. So that kind of disbanded. So honestly, it's just the Rev and I that talk on a daily basis. Now, he knows how much I make. Every day we talk, we set goals together. You know, we start a short-term goal, long-term goal, or mid-range goal, and a long-term goal for the day. We try to inspire each other, encourage each other. So yeah, he and I talk about our finances. As far as daily earnings and things that like that, we I have no problem showing him what part, what I make. I have no issue with that. I don't have anything to hide from him. As far as other orders, I think that the tips, in that aspect, I think are similar. We don't get a whole lot of cash tips, but I think a lot of our deliveries, because they're coming through a third party app and it's already pretty much done, I think the tips are about the same across the board. I might get 3 or 4 cash tips a week, or excuse me, a month, if I'm lucky. And yeah, I think as far as delivery pay and all that stuff, I think they tend to be about the same.
All right. Now, being in an area like that, though, see, I don't want to. All right, people listening, this is an adult conversation with two adults who are conversing. So listen to the words coming out, people, and don't try to go left and right with all of this other stuff. Okay, I'm asking some questions here, people. So just listen. Okay, just listen. Now, we all know that we've heard the term white privilege. Okay, people, there's a privilege with whatever color you are. There's a privilege with that. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this: when I go to certain areas and it's a predominantly white area, but there's sprinkled in some black houses there, the black houses will give you a tip. Okay, people, there is privilege no matter what race or what color you are. Okay, now being in the area he is, there's a different type of privilege, people, and that's what I'm talking about. This is just, it's a step above what privilege is. Now, there's areas that I do not go and deliver in because I know, even though I'm just going up to a house, it's more than just picking up and going delivering. It's if the policeman follows you for no reason and things like that. So being that you are in an area where you can actually use your skills there, you can make more money than someone else of another color, right?
I have to be honest with you, dude. I grew up poor, and it was like, I had African American, black friends, whatever you want. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not really politically correct, and I really don't care who likes me and don't like me. So I'm not, and I'm not saying that to have an attitude or anything like that, but I mean, I have friends. It's like, what I hear you say that, and I know that people are treated differently, but I don't think that's just a color thing. I think that, I mean, I grew up with lower middle class.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so that would be like you coming up to me and saying, "Oh, you got white privilege," and and it's like, I don't see it that way. I don't see it as what I see, that people do treat people differently. So I see that, but as far as, it's hard for me to see that because that's not who I am. I don't think I'm better than anyone.
Right.
I don't think anyone's better than me. So I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying that I think people treat people poorly across the board.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. The world, the history of mankind is full of, you know what I mean, no
Sure.
doubt about that.
Absolutely.
Now
Absolutely.
let me ask you this. Now, people, you know when sometimes I'll say, you know, you can use your talent for good or evil. I'm gonna tell you this all the way. If the shoe was on the other foot, and I realized, hey, I live in the, you know what? I'm gonna have to exercise and try to use all I gotta get to get my extra. And right when I leave that house, people, I am right back to regular normal. Well, I know there's,
but that's human nature, man. That's
Right.
like being a top dasher. You know why I'm a top dasher? Because I want every damn benefit I can get.
Right.
Every advantage I can get, I want it.
Right.
And I think that's human nature. Everybody wants they want the most that they can get, and why not? Why would you not?
Now I'm gonna tell you this, people. Now we both just said, you know, that's human nature, right? But let me tell you, there's a difference between human nature and good human nature. Good human nature is he doesn't even know what I'm talking about because he just goes about his life in a different way. That's called good human nature. Okay. There's other people who just have, you know, it's human nature to do things. Yeah, you'll follow the leader and okay, bam, bam, bam. But good human nature, he doesn't even think about that and he still grinds and does his thing. So, people, that's why I wanted to bring stuff like this up. And you never know the answer unless you go ahead and ask the question.
That's the problem with society today. People are afraid to sit down and have the fierce conversation like men. We don't have to agree on everything. We don't have to agree on religion or politics or sexual preference or anything like that. Because when I'm walking around out here in the world and I see you as a human being. What your thoughts are have no effect on how I operate in this world. If they did, then for what? I mean, we all do stupid stuff. People could hate me for being me, and that's okay. That's their prerogative. That's their right. You know,
Right.
but
Right.
I just that's not who I am.
No,
It's not who I am.
We have a at my hotspot where I go and pick up my orders at now. See, this is so I don't know what okay. I don't know what they want to be called. And I don't want to use the word they because I don't know what they like I don't know what okay. I'm just gonna say, see, and if I say Bruce Jenner, then someone's gonna say, no, you gotta say Caitlyn. You see how difficult it is just to go ahead and just get all right.
Well, let's just say it's transsexual. Transsexual.
Yeah, and I don't know what the surgeries or any of that stuff, but he goes, I know he had his chest done. He was a regular like a swimmer, but now he has a chest now, and he's going and picking up orders. Now, when I'm watching him get his orders, or excuse me, when I watch her get her orders, I see the discrimination right there from the employees, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like. Like you said, people are evil. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It goes from bam, bam, bam. And I'm just like, man, like he's waiting a long time to get the orders. Sometimes he just walks out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes I want to just I want to talk to him, but I'm like, nah, that's I know he's mad right now. And sometimes I've done this before for other drug drivers, but not in this situation here, where if they're being ignored, and I know that I can get the attention from the people right there. I'll go ahead and ask for their order number for them to go ahead and get it for them so they can leave. But that situation there, I don't know how to react to that. But
well, it is crazy, and I'm not gonna bring religion into this and all that stuff, obviously, but I'm a Christian, and as Christian people, there's certain things that are accepted and not accepted. Right. But here's the key to it. I'm not the one to judge. It's not for me to judge. Right. So they're still human beings and you still treat them like human beings. That's a situation that they have to work out with whoever and whatever. Right. So that doesn't become my issue. It doesn't change how I treat them because of what they choose or their lifestyle or whatever. I don't have to agree with it. But it's not my place to judge or condemn them either.
Right, right.
So my advice would be conduct yourself like you're like a grown man, like you are. If something moves you to help them, then help them.
Right. I feel
You know,
that.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, boy. Now, people, we're gonna take a detour. People, we're gonna leave the 10. We're gonna leave the 10, and we're gonna go take a different route right now. People, those are questions that people when we watch TV and everyone's talking about, well, how much money are you making? And people say, well, it all depends on your market. People, I'm just trying to get really into the markets. You know what I mean? There's certain markets out there, so I wanted to just. So go ahead and get into that just for a little bit. Now you're doing your driving thing. You're getting some real good game from the Rev. You get some real good game from Rev. You're learning your thing. When did you decide to say, hey man, I think it's time for me to try to put a video out? I think I got enough to say.
Honestly, I don't ever feel like I got anything to say, but I love to run my mouth. I love to talk. I love people. I love to talk. I'll be 100% with you. Rev was doing his thing. We were talking, chopping it up. And I'm like, let me know, man, sometime, and I'll get on and co-host an episode with you and see how it goes. And I think that was kind of his way of trying to push me into the deeper water. We did a video or two. Pardon me. Prior to my accident, we had done a couple of little videos. And then due to the accident, things kind of fell off and we never got back to it. And then I started back in January driving again. And man, we're on the phone all the time, but I may not see him every day. But anyway, he kind of pushed me in that direction a little bit. He's like, man, we're gonna get you out there because you're personable, you're funny, you're a good talker, people will like you, people will listen to you, stuff like that. And he and I go back and forth during the day on all kinds of different topics, and my blood pressure gets up and I start, and I feel like I should say something, but then I'm like, anytime that something like that happens, there's like 3 questions I ask myself. Does it need to be said? Do I need to be the one say it? And does it need to be said right now? And that's kind of how I look at most things. But so, yeah, he just kind of pushed me in that direction. The other day, I was like, what the heck? Let's let it rip, tater chip, and see what happens.
Okay. How do you like it? When you first got back there, when you guys shot a first few, when you saw yourself on the cam, listening to yourself, like, were you like, okay, I got it, I can do it?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess so. I mean, my whole life, I've been a talker, and I've always kind of wanted to be a stand-up comedian, thought about doing open mics and stuff like that. Haven't actually done it, but I will do stuff like that around family and friends, get around family and friends and cut up. So being a talker and stuff like that, it really doesn't affect me that much. And on here, nobody can really see me. You can see me, they can see me, I can't see them. They could be butt naked on a llama, I don't know.
Hold up, push pause. What you did inadvertently, you did a butt naked joke. Okay, a butt naked joke is growing up, and me and my boys, my brothers, my close friends, we do this to this day. We say butt naked jokes. You just did a butt naked joke, butt naked on the llama. That's right. A butt naked joke right there. You just did, and I'm pretty sure right now, because they watch on Facebook and stuff, I'm pretty sure they are laughing right now because you did a butt naked joke in the middle of a sentence and did not know you did a butt naked joke. I have to go ahead and push pause right there because that's what we do personally. So right. When you said it, I almost started laughing out loud and broke character here. So,
I'm sorry. I'm like that, man. I'll say stuff sometimes that people want to say, but they don't want to say. You know what I'm saying? And I get that, oh, you crazy white boy, you just nuts, you'll say anything. And I will. I really don't. I'll go anywhere in this town. I'll go anywhere in Memphis. I'll say what the heck I want to say. And it is what it is.
Right. Right. We got a question from the Rev right here. He says, what are your plans for the future in the gig economy? I was gonna get there, but he wanted to get it out now. Let's go ahead and get that one out the way.
What are my plans for the future in the gig economy? I'm finna shut it down, Rev.
You better shut it down. That's
No,
what
I mean, so here's the thing. In my life right now, I got a lot of stuff going on, and he's privy to a lot of stuff that you guys aren't. My wife's grandmother passed away 4 or 5 years ago. The family home is up, and nobody's living in it. It's going down. It's about 45 minutes away from the market that I'm in now. My wife and I are in the process of purchasing it from the family, repairing it, and I'm looking at moving out there. So there's that. I have a brother-in-law who's into heavy equipment, dirt work, operating, stuff like that. I'm a country boy. I like to play in the dirt. Eventually, I probably see myself moving to doing that, operating heavy equipment. If that's possible, if that's where life leads me. At this point, I'm going to continue to stay in the gig economy. I love this job because, as we talked briefly yesterday, you've done MLM. Once you've been a boss for yourself, and you can set your own schedule, and you can come and go when you want to go, and do the things that you want to do when you want to do them. It's hard to work for somebody else. I've tried it. I've gone to it. I've done it. I've been in a jam, and I'll go work down here at Staples or whatever. And the first time somebody says something cross to me, I'm out. Staple that, bro. I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm 47 years old. I know what I want out of life. I know the direction that I want my life to go in. My kids are grown. I want to walk around the house butt naked and eat the big piece of chicken now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, keep them butt naked jokes coming. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's just what it is, I think this gig market is a great market. I think that we're going to see some regulations. I think we're going to see some stuff put into place to protect drivers and merchants and stuff like that. But I plan on being in this until the wheels fall off, or until my income is supplemented by something else that I enjoy just as much or more.
Right. Now you said driving the big machinery there. You never know. The content that you are doing now, you might go and start doing that. And there's people that like to see people that do big work and big toys. You never know. This content is content. It's how you go ahead. And put that thing out there. So,
well, you never know. You might see me pull up to a residence delivering some McDonald's on a bulldozer or something. Who knows?
That'll go viral.
Country folks got to eat too, right?
Oh, hey, ooh. Write that down. Make that happen. I don't care if it's for one delivery. I don't care if it's for one delivery. Know someone, figure out where that address is. Figure out if you know someone around there who's got a tractor, and just say, hey, I'm going to drive my car, get out, hop in your tractor, and go drive this thing on up. You'll go viral with that thing.
I'll make it happen Monday.
Yeah, you do that. Trust me. Deliver what? Deliver on a Tonka truck? What? Who delivers on a Tonka truck? Come on now, man. That's what I'm saying. This creative thing is so ridiculous. I'm driving my wife's car today, and how she has her phone set up to do the hands-free. Completely weird. I'm driving and I'm shooting, and I'm driving past the street. It's a long street. I turn on the street, and the whole street's maybe like 0.8 miles, the one street by itself. All the nice trees and everything. I'm like, if I was in my car, I would have hit record right here and show, and I would have been able to see the scenery and stuff like that. But that's the difference. I create content and she doesn't. You see what I mean? So, yeah, yes. Now, you're doing these videos. You're putting them out. Now, like you said, I saw a couple the other day. Well, the past couple of days, and I want you. You said you learned some things. I want you to let the people know what you learned from calling DoorDash and the reason why you called DoorDash to get your answers.
I called DoorDash because I'm angry and I feel like I'm being mistreated. So where do you go but to the source? So like I said, I mean, I'm a top dasher. I'm doing these things to try and to get the maximum benefit that I can get out of the company. I'm here to maximize profit, you know. So I call them up and I say, hey, first of all, when I call them up after my introduction of this is Caleb, and you know, I asked her, I said, can you explain something to me? Absolutely. I said, if you're a top dasher, the two benefits that you get other than over the other dashers, I said, is preferred customer service. Oh, yes, sir, that's correct. And number two is I don't have to schedule dashes, correct? And she said, you're absolutely right, sir. My next question was, then why have I been having to schedule dashes for the past 3 days? This was Monday, I guess, or Tuesday when I talked to him.
Mm-hmm.
She told me that it was due to the fact that there were too many top dashers in the area. I said, okay, I understand that. There could be too many top dashers in one area. As I told you, there's several different markets within 10 to 15 minutes of me. I tried 3 of those different markets and had the same result in all 3 markets. So can you explain to me how that happens? And she basically couldn't tell me. But she told me that was the deal, and that was it. And I explained to her, I said, you know, I'm in the large order program, I'm in the pizza program. I said, I'm in all the programs that y'all offer, but I'm still not getting the treatment because I see people out here that I know personally whose acceptance ratings and just different ratings are down in the garbage. And I'm watching them come out with bags and bags and bags, you know? And I said, it doesn't seem fair. I think you're taking the incentive to be a top dasher away by making them have to schedule. And at the time, and thinking about it and talking to Robert about it, I feel like every time I get on social media, they're saying make $25 an hour, become a delivery driver for X, Y, and Z. And I feel like by inviting people like that, other platforms that I'm aware of have waiting periods. When they have too many people in one area, they shut it down. And it seems to me like it's just like, keep coming, come on in, come on in, come on in. And then you're putting people that you have an incentive for them to be at a certain rating in order to maximize these benefits, but you've just undermined everything that you're doing when you continue to allow people. I mean, here's the thing. Marijuana Marty, who's just working to buy his dime bag, why is he in here? You know what I'm saying? Like the guy that's broke. I mean, everybody has the right to work, and I'm not saying that they don't. But I'm not out here every day working to get enough gas to get from point A to point B. You know what I mean? And so that aggravates me when I see people that are in this half-hearted, and I see people like myself, I see people like you, I see people like all these other people who are making this a legitimate job, treating it like a job, and to see other people do it differently is disrespectful. I think it's just as disrespectful for content creators to get on here and go, oh, you can make $7,000 in a month, or you can make $1,000 a week. It's bullcrap. In my market, from my experience, I have made $1,000 weeks from time to time, but they're not every single week consistently. And some of this stuff, and it may be true in other markets that they're making that kind of money. But I can tell you this, I worked 16 hours one day and cleared $300, and that's truth, and that's fact. And I've hit $1,000 here and there, but it's not with any real consistency. Now, I can hit between 700 and 900 a week consistently if I'm consistent. Yes. But there's a lot of times that I'm not consistent. So I think the marketing to get people involved in this is bad. I think the people that are on here saying I can do this and I can make this and I can make that, Show me some proof, because you hear them talk all this smack, but there ain't nobody showing you their check. There ain't nobody showing you their weekly printouts and stuff like that. And I will tell you this, when I first started, I worked at 12 hours a day every day because I was too stupid to know how to pinpoint, how to drive like a sniper, how to go to specific restaurants, to map out. All of the stuff that I'm doing now is due to Rev teaching me some stuff. You have to know your market. You got to know your zip codes. You got to know what restaurants drop at what times. And there is a whole lot of strategy involved in this. You can't just get out here like I did. You can get out here like I did. In the first week I did this, I made $800. But I also know that I was in a honeymoon phase or a honeymoon period with a new company that's pumping me up so that I could make money. But after about 2 weeks, it sure changed a whole lot. And that's when I had to that's when I realized, hey man, you've got to strategize. You've got to do some things. And that's one of the reasons I teamed up with Robert, was because I wanted to develop a relationship with somebody that would help teach me and grow me and challenge me. And we do that to each other. We challenge one another. We choose to grow. Look, it's not a bed of roses for us. We fuss and we fuss and fight and bicker with one another. It happened yesterday. He was telling me something was going on, and he'll sit out. I see, you don't want to listen. It's like Joe Brown. You don't want to listen. What you need to do is listen. What you need. I'm stubborn. I'm a hardhead. And sometimes I need him to tell me that. It doesn't mean that he doesn't like me or he's disrespecting me or anything like that. But man, when I start to get heated, I don't hear nothing. And you got to tell me, hey, big boy, shut up and listen to what I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the thing about the relationship that I have with him, is we have permission to have that fierce conversation. He may hurt my feelings. I may get upset. I may not like what he has to say. But after I've had time to cool off and process and think about it, there's no problem coming back to him and going, you know what, man, you were absolutely right. I was hot. I was angry. It aggravated me, bothered me, and I wasn't hearing nothing you had to say. But we have given each other permission to step into that space. And it's never name calling. It's never disrespectful. It's never shut up. It's never, you know what I mean? It's like, look, man, I'm angry. I'm hot. Or you're upset. Let's take a little time and we'll talk about it in a few minutes. And 20 minutes goes by and we start talking about it again.
Right. I get that. Hey, that's good too, because that helps you out on your actual job. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It helps you out on your actual job. Now, what type of content are you gonna be putting out there for us? Ride along style, sitting like what's you thought about? What style you're gonna be bringing us? What you want us to see?
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I follow you. I follow Tanner Markley. I follow DoorDash Revolution, and I like Dash Bandicoot. I just started following him yesterday. Up until yesterday, I didn't follow any creators other than the DoorDash Revolution. I'm kind of a clown. And my content's going to be whatever's on my mind. If I'm driving down the street and I want to do a ride along, well, I'll do a ride along. If not, I'm not. It's going to be organic. It's just going to go where it goes. I hope to be enlightening. I hope to be humorous. I hope to give somebody some hope that they're not alone with stuff that's going on. So I want to be inspirational. I want to be humorous. I want to be lighthearted. But at the same time, I want to be factual.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Factual and just getting it there. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of fun. You're gonna have a lot of fun. Now, being that your beard is so large, you're gonna have to make sure not to eat before you go on camera. You might get some burrito.
Well, you know, it's funny. It's funny you say that, because I having never done one of these interviews with somebody and stuff like that, I actually was like, man, I better go get something to eat before I get on. So I went to a Chinese restaurant, and I'm sitting here in the car, and I put my camera on because I'm checking it out, make sure I look all right, and I got sweet and sour in the beer, baby. You know what I'm saying? So it happens. It is what it is. We're all real people, right? I go to dinner with my wife. My wife sits across from me half the time, and she goes, "Honey, right there, honey, right there, honey, right there." It is what it is.
No, I'm gonna tell you that you just said that there. I guarantee if it happens in your videos and someone watches this interview and they check you out, like that's funny. That's
Right.
funny. That's
Right.
funny.
But it's real life, man. We're real people. Why can't we just be real? And that's the other thing that's funny about a lot of people. Oh, I'm real. I'm real. I'm real. Yeah, you're real until somebody real rolls up on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, buddy.
It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah, buddy. Now, you sound pretty good. Like, good voice, good everything. You tell a good story. I think that's going to be one of your fortes right there. You can pull someone in. You got a good storytelling voice. That is beneficial. That is super beneficial. When you out where you're not trying to have a voice that can, that can keep someone's attention. That's a good that's a good thing. You got some good stuff to work on. You got a good foundation there and a good body there, man. Because whatever views you guys don't see eye to eye on, those are like the best right there because you can really figure out, okay, what's the best solution now? You know what I mean?
Sure. Absolutely. And that's what needs to be seen live. That's what really needs to be seen live. Because what do you see? You turn on YouTube or some of these other things and you're looking at them and you look at World Star World Star or something like that. What do you see? People fighting, arguing, knocking each other out, slapping each other around. You don't see anybody solving anything. You don't see real men sitting down at the table with a beef and talking it out and working it out. Everybody's quick to throw hands. And I'll be honest with you, dude. My life growing up wasn't always the greatest, and I just as soon fight you as look at you. It didn't matter to me, But I've gotten older. I've gotten wiser. I'm 47 years old. I've been through more stuff in my life probably than most people will ever experience in a lifetime. I have a different view on life, and I think part of it is due from me being paralyzed. Every day is a gift. Every day is an opportunity to leave somebody that you find better than they were when you found them. And that's what I try to do. It doesn't matter if I don't meet a stranger. If I meet somebody out in the world, I treat them with dignity. I treat them with respect. I don't care if you're 3 years old or 123 years old. You know what I'm saying? People are people and they deserve to be treated. Dash, I appreciate it, man. We can get you hooked up at Tractor Supply, baby.
Tractor Supply. Oh, we got a Tractor Supply store here by where I live too. Yeah.
Nice. That's where all my fashion comes from Tractor Supply. I'm all overalls all the time.
You got one like literally like I can go out the door and get there in 5 minutes. It's that close.
Hey, I was thinking about kind of making them a little LA. You think if I put some Chuck Taylors on with my overalls, I could pull it?
You can do it. You can do it.
I start doing the country crip walk around here.
Man, that is hilarious. You do that, you'd be the new Bubba Sparks. You'd be the new Bubba Sparks out there.
Right.
Now, what's your plan? What's your plan for your channel? As far as have you thought about like a 3-month plan, 6-month plan for your channel? Before you answer that, I'm asking that because now you said you've seen a few people's channels. So when you start to see a few channels, kind of give you maybe I get some ideas in. You thought about that yet?
Honestly, I haven't really gotten a whole lot of thought. I've got so much going on in my life right now with moving, with trying to get a house on the market, with doing repairs, with working. I watch you every day. And the simple fact of it is because I'm out and about and I'm driving, and I can put you on my tablet or my phone, listen through my speakers. I love the interviews that you do. So that's very interesting to me. I like to know what other people think. We're all different. We all have different thoughts and on everything. So I like to get to know people, man. I like to I really enjoy this format that you're doing. Kind of loose and just candid, and so I can see myself. Honestly, don't know which direction I'll go into. I want to see it organically form and fold and find myself, because it doesn't matter if I try to do the identical podcast as you. It's not going to be the same, because you have your own style, you have your own flavor, and it's going to take on its own life. And I think that anybody that tries to imitation is the biggest form of flattery, first of all. So I can see certain aspects of your show spilling over and doing similar things, but I see a different, just a different flavor, because we're from different walks of life. We're different people. We view things differently. We see things differently. But in that difference, through conversation, in that difference, you may spark something that changes my life forever. I may say something that you've never heard, you've never thought of, that challenges you to think. So educating myself, learning for me is I enjoy it. In school, I think education gets lost because people don't make it interesting. If you're interested in doing something, you'll learn about it. Obviously, you were interested in being a content creator, so you learned how to edit, you learned how to do all this stuff. But if you were sitting in a classroom and somebody was teaching you this stuff and you had no interest in doing it, and they didn't make it interesting for you, you're not going to catch it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So did I answer your question, or did I sound like a politician just kind of going in a circle?
Kind of both. I got it though. You know, I'm smart. I got it. I got it. I got it. And I like to ask that simply because when people start doing content creation, they just think upload. That's the only thing they think is upload. They don't really think about there's a whole direction that you have to do with your upload. So I like to ask that thing right there.
I would love to see it more polished. I'd love to have an intro. I'd love to have some music. I would like to see it more professionally done. At this point, I'm riding around with a phone and a camera. I have no editing skills. I have no, any of that. I can play the guitar, so I guess I could play my own music. I've got friends that are in music industry. And I could get with them and do something. But right now it's so brand new. It's just get it out there. When the mood hits you, get it out there.
Right. No, I guarantee to you this. you and the Rev just link up. Well, you guys probably had this conversation many, many times. But yeah. To me, it would be the best thing, I think, for both of you, because how we started off this interview, and then we dove into the racial thing, right?
Right.
Okay. Automatically, what do people pay attention to on TV, advertising, and marketing?
Right.
Race never goes out.
Right.
You got two dudes who are best friends.
Right.
You ain't gonna get no better answers that are all the way straight up and forward.
Right.
You got black, the white, and they frank and everything.
It's like we're
the grown man, the grown man thing. We got experience. Teach you how to work this and boom, boom, boom. Answer questions from the people in your area and your region. You know how they do it back in the day with the wrestling territories. Lock that territory down. I guarantee.
Well, it's funny because it's like we're the geriatric Robin Big in reverse.
Yeah, you guys got it though. And if you guys ever want to try something like that, like on StreamYard,
right?
I can have 10 people on one screen, but I also have different branding spots. So this is one branding spot. I can
Right.
literally click on brand number 2. I can have a completely different brand up there, or just have my Hot Facts logo, but a whole title of a whole different show. It can be that show. You know what I mean? So
Right. Absolutely.
think about that
Absolutely.
stuff.
Well, look, here's the thing. When it comes to this I don't know what you call it, podcasting, video casting. Heck, I don't know if it's Insta Snap and Snapagram. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't tell you the difference between the two. But when it comes to that though, I'm very open and interested to it. And here's the thing too, when the Revolution and I started talking and becoming friends and stuff, I kind of had a vision of us kind of co-hosting a thing, because you can go back and forth off of each other. It takes the pressure off of each other. You can springboard ideas. You can watch the thought process unfold in front of people. And it's just, we've done it a few times. It was something that we were going to try and do weekly. Life happened. It didn't happen. It's not complete. It's not off the table by any stretch. So I'm very open to that. I'm very open to a show that's a co-host kind of deal, a roundtable discussion with people that interests me as well, because as I said before, when you can get a perspective from different people, it sparks thought and it can spark change, so that's it's very interesting to me, and any help would be greatly appreciated.
Right. So if you guys ever want to do a demo thing or something like that, I got you guys. We can try to set something up. We can set something up on here. It can be on here, and be the 3 of us or something like that. Make up a name, guy talk. We can help men. Help men in many different areas. You know what I mean? Get questions from all over the place. Someone may have, my teenage son got a girlfriend. I'm a single dad, and be able to answer some questions. Get up there. We'll figure out a name or something else like that, and get up there. And 3 grown men get real insights. I'm open for everything.
Yeah.
I'm open. You were talking to the most open person. I'm open to everything. If there's a will away, and I can manage it and make sure that I'm still able to do everything I'm supposed to do, I am into bringing in all tasks that I can handle. That's
right.
That's just
Dude,
the way
I'll tell you what, you work hard. I mean, it's seen. Like I obviously we've just met each other within the last couple of weeks, but I thought that, and Robert works hard. Robert does so much stuff behind the scenes that people don't see, that it's unbelievable. Like, the man barely sleeps. And I see you, like, I posted a video here 3 days ago at 8 o'clock in the morning, which is 6 o'clock your time. And within 10 minutes of me posting it, bing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know you're up. I know you're grinding. I know you got a wife. I know you have a daughter, which, by the way, beautiful daughter. But I'm praying for you right now, because when she gets a little older,
trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I tell you what works really good. When they bring a boy home, you lean into him with a shotgun and a Bible, and don't say nothing. I'm just kidding, but I'm that dad though. I can tell you a funny story real quick. My daughter brought a boy home, and she was interested in dating, and I was sitting in my recliner. I have a table next to me, and I had some shotgun shells that were sitting there because I'd been duck hunting. He walked in the house, and I winged one at him, and he caught it. And I said, just so you know, if she's not home by 12 p.m., that comes a lot faster than that. So
yeah,
it is what it is, but yeah.
But yeah, man, I go grind, I go work. A lot of people are like, man, you put up a lot of videos. Like, people, you got to understand, there's ride-alongs, shorts, and then there's advertising shorts. Then there's PSAs. There's a whole lot of different things that pop in my head that I have to get out there. And this is advertising. You have a channel, it's advertising. So everything is commercial. advertising, whatever plan you got going. I make a video for all my plans. Even if the plan does not happen right then and there's a video out there for us. People go, oh yeah, I remember when you were saying, well, yes, there's something that's going in for everything. So I work, and I'm on a schedule, and my schedule has to be like I do everything on time, on schedule. Like that's the way it is. And I gotta have it like this on here too, because I see a lot of content creators, people, they put videos out, and I'm like, all right, that dude's, I'm like, he must have a full team. He put that out. I'm looking at the editing and the different camera angles. I'm like, yeah, he has at least 2 guys with him, different angles. They're going out there doing it, and I'm like, they're doing it as a team and putting out these videos, and I'm like, they're putting them out rapidly too. I said, man, I can outperform that team. Is how I think. I said I can outperform that. So, I go outperform them. That's pretty much it.
But it's a mindset. It's a mindset. You work, you'll grind, you'll put in the time, you'll put in the hours. You're doing the stuff that the average person won't do. And that's the difference.
Yeah, right now.
Look at successful people. Look at, I saw an interview one time with Puffy or P. Diddy or whatever. The dude doesn't sleep. He's a mogul. You think Jay-Z's sleeping? You know what I'm saying? Do you think these men that own these Fortune 500 companies out here are sleeping? No, they're not. They're constantly trying to develop a new idea, a new stream of income, because wealthy people are always looking for another stream of income. It's what they do.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm just trying
and you're on your way. Like, I can see that, and I wish big things for you. Like, you put in the time, you grind, it's gonna pay off eventually.
Yeah, and man, I really, at first, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do the show, but I was like, man, before I really I was like, okay, I knew I was gonna do a channel, but the show, I said, I see a lot of people doing lives, and I was like, okay, I see lives, and it's mostly people just hop on and just start whatever comment that comes in first. That's how they start their live off and then go. And I'm looking, the only really shows you have are whatever community it is, like rap, Hollywood, whatever. The only channels that have the real shows are the people that are attached to the industry themselves, and they actually have the real live show on YouTube, and it's set up in the right way. I said, I gotta do my show just like that. I don't care how it's starting off. My show has to look like that from when I start, relatively soon. It has to merge over to look like that, really. So that's what I did. And then now it's crazy. I'll just be sitting, and random people will just send me a message and they're not subscribers. They're not subscribers. They watch and they don't subscribe. And when my number goes up there and scrolls, I get messages on my phone. Keep up the good work. Good live. I like the way your show looks. I'm like, all right, yeah. And just that visual there makes them click. And then once that click in, if there's no faking, no funking that, then they're gonna see, all right, real news, real information. Oh, what? Okay, that's all I wanted. Lure them really quick, just so they can. If I can lure you in and get you for 30 seconds, I think I got you.
Right. You're a great conversationalist. Your show flows. There's a flow to it. People don't overstep one another. It's a good format. It's a format that works for you. I was very interested by Tanner yesterday. I had no idea who he was up until that point. I've watched X Games. I've watched Tony Hawk and Steve Caballero and all that stuff from when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? But I watched it, but I didn't pay attention. If you weren't a big name, I didn't know who you were. You know what I'm saying? However, having said that, about 3 weeks ago, I stumbled across a video of these guys doing crazy tricks on a trampoline wall. Had no idea I've been watching Tanner Markley videos now for about 3 or 4 weeks. Didn't even realize that was him.
That was him.
Yeah, it was him the whole time. And I'm like, this is insane. It's insane. You know what it is? I'm living vicariously through these folks on these videos because my fat tail is too big to do that stuff.
Yeah. And then he was right there. And then
you know, I'm the guy that like, okay, so in 8th grade, I had a buddy that lived down the street who had a skateboard. So I got a skateboard. I knew my big butt wasn't going to be able to do a whole bunch of I played football, but I could get to the swimming pool on a skateboard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this cat was young, athletic. He couldn't do anything. One day we're outside. He's jumping off of a fire hydrant, talking about take my picture while I'm in the air, and I'm gonna send it to Zoomies or whatever Journey skate store or whatever it was. You know, like he was big time and he was posing. You know, but we liked that stuff. We were into it. We wanted to emulate that. You know, and that I don't know. It's cool. It's just a funny story. You know.
Oh yeah, man. I had a blast yesterday, like interviewing that dude. That was great.
Yeah,
that was great. So
I didn't get to see every single bit of it because I was kind of in and out dashing and doing my thing. But what I did catch was great, and I plan to go back and watch it in its entirety.
Oh yeah.
I don't do weekends. My wife works a full-time job, so I don't do any gig work on Saturday or Sunday. Because I try to spend time with her when she's home and take advantage of that. So that's when I kind of do most of my catching up because it's funny. I'll be riding down the street and I'll ask a question to Rev and he'll be like, man, that was in my episode. You didn't watch my episode? And I'm like, bro, I watch it. Like every time he pops up, I will start playing him in the car. If I start getting busy, but man, I'm going to tell you right now, he is one of those guys that will point you to the direction of the information that you want. But if you want his information, you've got to watch his channel because if you know him personally and you say, hey man, like the other day, for example, he's riding down the road and I hear his navigation system telling him how much money he's making on this delivery and this, that. I'm like, man, how you got that to do that, bro? Oh, you didn't watch the video, did you? You need to go back and watch my video. I'm sorry. Yeah. You know, but that's how it is, you know, and he'll give you a little teaser. He's been telling me for a couple of months there's an app that he's going to give me. Well, the other day he told me, we're going to have a contest, man. Once you reach this goal, it's like I'm the daggum grasshopper and he's Mr. Miyagi. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
It is what it is. I love the guy for it. He makes you think, which is good because your mind is a muscle or is like a muscle and you've got to exercise it. You know what I'm saying? So he does things like that, but man, I just can't talk highly enough about him.
Right. Now, people, you guys heard this right here. My man Cornbread is real nice, people. He's got a head on his shoulder all the way screwed in, knows exactly what he is doing. Now, he already then took the question I was going to ask him, but I'm going to make him answer it again anyway. First time on Hot Facts being interviewed. Let the people know what you think.
I mean, it's Hot Facts. It's like you made it, man. I made it. You know what I'm saying? No. All kidding aside, it's been like talking to an old friend. It's like sitting on the porch with an old friend, having a good conversation, enjoying one another's company. It's informative. It's interesting. It's real. It's not phony. I can't stand phony. I don't do phony. And it's like just hanging out with one of the guys, you know? Like I could see myself hanging out, having dinner, being at a barbecue or a cookout or whatever, and just hanging. Just it's no pressure. It's just is what it is.
Yeah, man. Now, people, you heard this from the man's mouth himself. Cornbread, let the people know where they can find you at.
You can find me on YouTube at Grub City Grinders. If you're in the Olive Branch, Memphis, Collierville, Tennessee area, you can hit me up. CalebPalmer74 at gmail.com. If you're in the area, look me up. We'll go have lunch. I'll buy you lunch. We'll hang out, chop it up, whatever you want to do. Anything I can do to help anybody, please reach out. I don't know everything. I'm a good listener. Anything I can do to help anybody out, I'm here.
Now, women, that's not for you single women. He married. That wasn't. If you what
That's
you
right.
just said was what you just said was what they're looking for in a spouse. So,
Well,
single women don't contact him.
I'm so taken. I'm so taken.
Yes, don't single women don't contact him. You guys
Look,
cannot contact him.
Look, I'm the girl that I married, Michelle. I love you, babe. Dude, I'm gonna tell you this. I ain't touched the laundry, a washing machine, a dishwasher in 4 years.
Oh man.
I have got a woman that treats me like a king. I hope that she feels like I treat her like a queen. I could not ask for a better woman. She stands beside me. She pushes me. She makes me a better man every single day.
Oh yeah, and I do hope for no reason you turn on your TV and play this on your computer and let it play out loud out of nowhere. Children, you walking by and she just hears that. She just hears that. So you know what I mean? She just hears that. That is some great stuff right there. Now, obviously, we do know we're gonna part ways right now because we got some good news. We gonna part ways on the interview, people, but then he gonna be right there in the chat because we got some good news right now, people.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. Y'all be sure and like him. Check out my channel, Grind City Grinders, here on YouTube. Check out the DoorDash Revolution. And y'all hanging out with Robert Reese, the man.
Peace. All right, people. All right. That was Cornbread. And look at this, people. It is time. It is time. I hope you guys like that. It is time for the news. And we got some good news right here, people. Let me go ahead and get this screen shared right now. Share screen. Chrome tab. Okay, should I go with this one? Let's go with this one. This one is hilarious. I'll start with this one first. All right, people. Now we all sit here and say what is terrible customer service, what is great customer service. We say all of this, right? So we are about to watch this, people. This comes from by way of the UK, people. By way of the UK. Let me catch somebody doing this. Oops. Let me push mute first. Now, people, I know that's a box. And some people will say, well, it was a box. Like, what's wrong with that? First of all, he didn't even try to check to even lift up the latch to open up the gate. That's pretty simple. Oh, hold up now. I don't care about Kate Middleton. So sorry. Sorry. I mean, you know what I mean. But he did not lift up the latch to just open up the gate to walk in and set it down. And he threw the paper over the one that they stick on your door, you know, that says, I was here. Now, some people say it was a box. Giving people, you don't know what's inside that box. You don't know. It could be something fragile. It could be anything. That is terrible. He's on camera. And when they do send that in, because his signature, the delivery package that goes in, he's going to be seen and he's in trouble. People, don't half-step your job. Don't do that at all. That is not cool. That is not cool at all, man. Don't be throwing people's stuff. What the heck wrong with you, man? What the heck wrong with you? Don't do that. Now check out Indiana right now, people. Check out the state of Indiana. Okay. High gas prices push delivery drivers to drop DoorDash, seek out larger tips. Now, this is kind of similar to one that I did a few days ago. It was on the East Coast. Delivery driver Carissa Jacobs used to take more low-paid DoorDash orders because she didn't mind helping those folks out. At least with students on campus, she could complete more deliveries. Okay, but with gas getting more expensive, she could only take the higher-paying orders. That was still that was until she paused DoorDashing altogether because it was not financially feasible. Okay, it could get to the point really that no one's delivering. Jacob said. Many rely on using their car to get back and forth from work every day. Some people, however, depend on driving their car for hours long shifts to make a living. For them, the gas price surge has not only cut into their income, but into their belief of whether the job is still worth it. The job is worth it, people. The job is worth it. You got to figure out how to get you some more money. Work on some skills. There's still skill sets out there. As gas prices now have climbed to over $5 a gallon, delivery drivers for services including DoorDash are debating if the services pay is worth the amount to fill up. And that's what I'm not doing right now. I'm only putting in that, and I know how much I can make off that right there. Thank you, TFT. Gas prices surge again. Okay, it says to record high, but the driver in refineries, not oil prices. As Wednesday, Bloomington, Lords, $4.88 at Sam's Club, $5.49 at Fish and Shed. According to Gas Buddy, gas is $5.23 in Indiana. Okay, man, it is moving. Now check this out. They're talking about the pay was too low. $2.50 to $3.50 before tips. Okay, let me guys tell you this. When I first started driving on Postmates, you had to average that every order you were going to get paid on is at least $4. I would do 20 trips in a day for $4 orders, right? I would get $80 of upfront money, right? Now, my tip from Postmates would come 24 hours after that. I understood that. So in 24 hours, at least 70% of the people who I delivered to tipped. And that bumped that $80 up. That will bump that up to like $130, $140. And I would do that every single day to make $1,000 way back then on taking these $2.50 to $3.50 trips. That was before tips, okay? I was doing $80 a day. Okay, $80 a day will be the average on 20 orders. Sometimes if you do 20 orders, you'll make like $120, $130 before tip. Depends on where it is. But I will make sure 20 trips, $80. The very next day, I'm going to get at least 70% of the people that ordered with tip. That's how I do my tipping percentages. I actually did the thing. Okay, so then that will put me there. And that's going off of that. The same money I was making then, people are saying they want to make that now. And they're talking about the same orders and the numbers that I was taking back then, and I was making that money. I know exactly how to do it. Some people came in here a little too spoiled. That's why people start doing it the right way from the jump. $2.50 and $3.50 before tips. Yes. You know why they give you $2.50 and $3.50 before tips? First of all, people, you're lucky it's not zero. Like commission, you're only getting paid your tips and whatever the charges are. You're lucky it's not like that, okay? They know that people will tip a percentage. Some will throw in $10, some will throw in $5. If they give you $2.50 to $3.50 before the tip, yeah, to me, there's nothing wrong with that. They're not supposed to just give you all of this up front and just say, here. They can't do that, and they won't. They will not do that. What they did is do the hourly thing, but they will not do that. $2.50 and $3.50 has been what I have been getting since 2015 for the orders before tips. That has not changed at all. Not all. What they did, what DoorDash used to do, the full tip used to be included with all the fees, like right then and there. So you saw what your final payout was going to be right then and there. They made them do that, but it's the exact same thing. Their regular base was $2.50, $3, $3.50. You're never going to get a base pay of like $4. You're never going to get a base pay of $5. That's not the base pay. That's not the base pay. The $5, now wherever the person lives, wherever they order from, whatever things they got going on, you're ordering at this time, it costs more. That's how they put that extra money there. It's not like the base is just that. The base goes depending on everything else that goes into the delivery. How busy it is, the amount of orders, all of that stuff, the drivers on the road, all of that stuff goes into your base pay, and they have a price point. Their price point, they can't put their price point way up there. And I'm gonna let you guys know this. You guys are saying, man, what are these CEOs and these people that are designing the apps doing? They are doing their job. They have to watch for a crash to be large enough to where it messes up a certain thing before they actually go ahead and try to fix something like that. They have to see something really bad happen, but they have to get paid. They went to school, student loans. They did all of that stuff to get the job. Now, some people may have worked themselves up, not have the college experience, and just were good at sales and marketing and learn how to do the thing. But these people went to school to get paid way more money. Roy's Critter Corner said, if you guys stop doing this right now, you guys could not go get a job that pays the money that you guys want because you guys don't have the skills for it. These guys who sit behind the desk, they went to school to sit behind the desk. That's what they went to school for. So they have to get paid that. Sure, they're going to have meetings to where they'll, okay, we got to take a pay cut, things like that. But outside of that, that's their job. Their job is to wait for things to get so bad to fix it, not fix something before it happens. They got to get paid. Them dudes, got those CEOs and higher ups got to get paid. They went to school for it. They signed a real contract to get that job. $2.50 and $3.50, people. That's pretty much what I've been getting since 2015 as a base pay. All the tip and the surge and all that goes in after. I know for a fact if I see an order that's $3, I already know the person is going to be tipping like that. That's how Postmates first was. And that's why a lot of people say, I don't like Postmates. It's too cheap. No, you didn't understand how the business model went. You get $2.50 to $4 for your pre-thing. Then the customer has 24 hours to tip you after that. And then you would get your tips. I understood that. And how that will work is the very next day, let's say when Tuesday comes, because once you work Monday, it used to be you got paid that following Monday. Okay, now when Tuesday comes, you're working Tuesday, you already have all of your tips that came in from that 24-hour period. Okay, and on the weekend, you would get your Saturday and Sunday's tips on Monday. Okay, so that's how that works. So you would get all those tips in on Monday, right? Boom. Now, and those tips came in from Friday. Now, when Tuesday starts, all of your tips from Monday are going in. So let's say you do the $80 on Tuesday. You already got like $60 coming in from tips that are coming in from the previous day. Now, all your tips for the next day goes into the next one. And a lot of people did not understand that's how Postmates work. My brother put me on game, and I understood how it works. And it's been perfectly fine for me since 2015. Okay, it's been perfectly fine. $2.50 and $3.50 for a base pay is perfectly fine. People, you are lucky they are not giving you $1.50 for a base pay, because they know people tip people here in America. They know people are going to tip. If they can get away with giving you zero and just whatever the surge is or whatever, they would do it every single time because they still know you're going to make a lot of money. You guys got to think about a whole lot of stuff, man, when you're putting stuff out there. We're gonna get to this next piece of news. I like sharing stuff with all you guys. Okay, I like sharing stuff. Let's share. Okay, this one here. I think this one is UK also. Bam. All right, so. Oh yeah, suspect in violent home invasion. Okay, posed as a delivery driver. This is in the UK. A suspect in a violent home invasion southwest of St. Thomas posed as a delivery driver. Provincial police say. Okay, so officers responded to an assault at a Fingal Line home in South Wold Township. About 3:30 p.m. Tuesday, Elgin OPP said Thursday. An unknown individual arrived at a residence posing as a delivery person and forcefully entered the residence after the door was opened by the homeowner. So when he got in there, there was somebody else in there, 6 foot, 170-pound dude. Dude is a welterweight in the UFC. Got in there and did his thing. People, don't open doors for people. Don't do stuff like that. Now, this one right here, I got people. This is from China. People, we got some Chinese news in here today. Okay, we got some Chinese news. Now, where is it at? No, right here. We got some Chinese news right here. Check this out. Milk delivery woman saves a family. Now, that's a picture. She was doing a thing on a scooter, I do believe. A milk delivery woman helped save the lives of a family of 4 who were trapped inside a burning building after a first-floor storage caught on fire. Now, this is going to be real weird to read these names, okay? Jing Shishu said she heard the cries for help from the building when she was riding an electric bike to deliver milk to an early morning last week in Shaoxing in eastern China. Man. Zhejiang province, okay. She managed to find a water house pipe and connected to the fire hydrant and then sprayed the store through a window, and then she saved the people's lives. People, now imagine this. You're riding on a bike, you see a fire, and then bam, 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 okay? It says the people that helped the people get them out, they received 10,000 of the money there, which is $1,500 in US for the Good Samaritan Award. Okay, people, if you see something, help. Now, don't do a thing and you're going to get a humanitarian award or get some change or some money like that, people. But just know that if you see something happening on delivery or not, if you see something happening that's, that really I got to get in there and help, go ahead and do that. You could be saving someone's life. I like to report things like this because there's all these bad delivery drivers and stealing food and posing as us. It's always good to see someone doing good while we are doing our job. Sometimes people seeing things like this will help them tip more. I ain't saying it'll happen, but people, we delivery drivers do a whole lot more than you think. Okay. Now this one is going, we got some food delivery apps. Okay. Food delivery for on the bicycle. Check this one out right here. Fast grocery. Okay. Right here. We got this one. Fast grocery delivery app / jobs after COVID-19, after COVID lockdown boom. Now look at all these delivery bikes. All of these are for delivery people. Obviously, we don't do that here. This is like in Europe and in the UK. Okay, so it says, is the sugar rush over for cash guzzling fast grocery delivery services? Late last month, 2 of the largest grocery delivery apps, Getir and Gorillas, announced plans to sack hundreds of their employees. UK-based firm Zap said it too was considering reducing across the country, while Berlin-based Flink has also slowered hiring. This is worldwide, people. So I know there's a lot of people like myself that have signed up for like Spark and things like this. It's happening all around the world, people. The instant grocery delivery app industry saw an exponential boom during the COVID-19 pandemic with lockdowns and fear of catching coronavirus, keeping people indoors. Investors poured billions into these firms, which promised quick delivery of groceries from small fulfillment centers known as dark stores. But the cost of living crisis, as well as supply shortages due to war in Ukraine, is forcing industry leaders to reconsider their options with outside investment dying up. Okay, so yeah, there you go there. The Turkish company Getir, which employs over 6,000 worldwide, according to LinkedIn, told its staff on May 25th that it planned to reduce its global headcount by 14%, people. Wow. Global headcount by 14%. Okay. That is nuts right there. Okay. So in a statement emailed to employees, the company said that with a heavy heart, we today shared with our team the saddening and difficult decision to reduce the size of our global organization. We will also decrease spending on marketing investments, promotions, and expansion, it said. A company spokesman told Euronews next that headcount reduction would vary by country without giving further details, but adding, we do not take these decisions lightly, people. They don't want to lay people off and let people go, but they have to slow hiring processes. And that's what I said with this whole thing with Lunchbox and Novodyne. They have to work with the companies to try to fix this thing, limiting the orders coming in by dollars, limiting the drivers who are picking them up. They have to do these things. It got out of control, and it got out of really control with the no tip, no trip. And I tell you, a lot of people don't want to hear this. The no tip, no trip, okay, people, the no tip, no trip, really how huge it's gotten. And when you guys have heard me say, like when I was telling Pedro this, and I was saying, hey, it's going to get so big that people are going to start seeing no tip, no trip, and it's going to affect and make people start doing the deliveries the right way. I said that way back in our debates and arguments when people said, no, you're lying. No, you're lying. We're not going to watch you. You're lying. And whoop, whoop, whoop. And guess what? This is what's happening. They're slowing down the hiring and everything on all these drivers, people. You got to get with the program. Stuff is real. And that can't, I'm telling you, no tip, no trip was not one person doing it. It was a whole phenomenon, a whole fad. No tip, no trip is a whole phenomenon that really got to hit the bigwigs. Now, let me tell you this. I was watching an interview with Bentley Coupe that Tanner Markley did, and Tanner asked Bentley Coupe the real questions. And I like what Bentley Coupe did. Bentley Coupe did exactly what I would do, no difference. Before using that logo, he actually got in contact with DoorDash to make sure he was not going to be sued. They saw what he let them know what he was going to do. Okay, bam. Now, once he told them what he was going to do what the letter and everything, they start watching him to make sure, are you going to be, we'll take that away if you start bashing us like that. But he's just trying to help people work right on the platform. They gave him $700 as a good looking out. I want Uber to give me money for helping them good looking out. Yes, that's not selling out, and that's not being a corporate, whatever else it is. He's telling people all this stuff because that's what it is. And the company will go ahead and reward you, and you don't have to work for them. Okay. Yeah, I would do that exact same thing. But what he was telling people is all the stuff that's going to be happening, and it's happening. So there you go. Nothing wrong with that, and nothing wrong with that. Some people left because I said that about Bentley Coupe. Nothing wrong with that. If I know I deliver people, I pick up from a place called High Tea Time, and the owner of the place, brother, works for Uber. He says, I make sure I give you all the thumbs up. You come in professional. I know how much the thumbs up work when you're getting your orders. That comes from the man, and his brother actually works for Uber inside the corporate office. Okay? Works for him inside the corporate office. If Uber watches my videos, Uber Eats, and says, hey, we want all the Uber Eats drivers to drive like that. If they say, hey, man, we think that was good information you put out there. Here's $1,000. I'm taking it. Thanks, Uber. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm gonna still do my thing. That's called a commission. Okay? Commission. Now, Gutierrez's main rival, Berlin-based Gorillas, also announced May 24th that it's letting go of 300 of its employees. The extremely hard decision was due to the need to reach profitability in the long run, it said in a statement, okay? If they have to cut drivers out and lay employees off to make it so that there's more profitability, with more profitability, that means that they can go ahead and pay people more, bigger incentives. The only way to do that is to stop hiring and see who we're going to kick off the platform once we stop reducing people from joining on. That's all it is. Profitability run, it said in the statement. The firm hinted it was also weighing up the possibility of pulling its operations out of a number of select countries. Yes, okay. Among them, Spain, Denmark, and Belgium, huge heavy hitters, in order to shift focus on more profitable markets in the UK and Germany. Okay, that's what they're going to demand. Gorilla said these were necessary moves to help the company become a stronger and more profitable business with sharpened focus. Okay, now all of this happens, pandemic and everyone turning down orders and stuff. You force the companies to pretty much open up their hand. You're forcing the companies to play their hand, and this is the hand that they are playing with us. Zap. Very little visibility. Another grocery startup, London-based Zap, confirmed on May 25th that it is considering, cutting off 10% of its staff, saying the macroeconomic climate has become incredibly challenging with very little visibility when things will improve. Wow, people. Now look, Zap, all of these are other little apps that go out there, man. We have people in Dutch. Elon Musk is weighing in on this stuff. Gorillas uses bikes. And the reason why the pandemic and thing, how it's going down, they don't want people to go ahead and be passing the germs on to everyone and passing the coronavirus on, COVID on to everyone. So they're using that right now to cut back and scale down. But they'll use anything that they can to go ahead and make that happen. Okay, people, they will do anything to make that happen. Let's get to this next news right here. Okay, let's get to this next news right here. Check this out. Boom. Put this up there. Okay, let me push mute, and I hope it's the right one.
Something just wasn't right.
Well, it doesn't want to load. For some reason, it doesn't want to load. Oh, there we go.
17's Darren Todd did a ride on this driver to see just what impact these gas prices are having on his daily routine. Darren?
Hey, Angela and Rod. Yeah, that's right. Because Shunton Mills was such a great guy, and he does, along with a lot of other actually delivery drivers in the area in the Triangle, deliver a great service. And we have the opportunity to ride along with him today to kind of see how these gas prices are impacting him. And just like other drivers out there, they're looking for some relief at the pumps.
You're trying to get some money on the side, or if you're somebody like me, it's good money, so it's like full time.
The recent spike in gas prices has impacted just about everyone, especially those making deliveries. Today, we rode around with full-time DoorDash driver Kashunta Mills to get his perspective. So, has the recent increase in gas prices impacted your daily dashing?
It hasn't as far as like me changing anything. My attitude is I'm gonna spend the same $20 every time I go. And so whatever the gas prices is, it is. It might not last me as long. It might last me longer.
But other delivery drivers we spoke to feel differently.
It's been pretty hard because it's like the DoorDash pay is not really matching up to like the gas prices.
According to AAA, the average price for gas in North Carolina is $4.63, and that price is steadily increasing. The DoorDash drivers we spoke with tell us they sometimes calculate the mileage on their vehicles before accepting new orders.
You'll probably get like a $2 order, a $3 order to go like 9 miles. And it's like, that don't really, help me. It helps DoorDash.
You want something that's at least $1 per mile, or, like maybe 12 miles for $10 or $9, something reasonable.
With no end in sight to the rising prices, Mills says every tip counts.
It makes such a big difference. Like it turns a $3 trip to a $5 trip.
Angela and Rod, during that ride along, it actually allowed me to kind of see this hustle and respect this side hustle that he has to do. And it's actually something very special was happening today for Mills. He was actually celebrating his son's 6th birthday. He just turned 6 today, and he actually wanted to make a lot of money so he can take him out to eat and take him to Leapfrog. Reporting live here in Raleigh, Darren Todd, CBS 17 News.
I hope he did it too. Thank you, Darren.
Thanks, Darren.
All right, people. So check this out. The reporter did a ride along and said, I respect what they do, the grind and the hustle. Leave a comment if you think he's going to tip more. One thing to say, I respect the grind. I wonder if he is going to tip more. He did a ride along and said, I respect what they do. Let's see what he does, though. Let's see what he does. This is the last piece of news right here, people. You see, gas prices getting to work costs so much, I might have to quit. The cost of filling up the tank on an average car with gas, it has now hit 100 euro. Okay, or is that euro? No, that's 100 pounds. And that's having a huge impact on people across the UK. People who rely on their cars for work are struggling with high prices as they continue to rise in the midst of cost of living crisis. It's partially because of the war in Ukraine, which has led to Europe cutting down oil imports from Russia. Before invading Ukraine, Russia had supplied a quarter of the oil European countries, the EU countries import, but the UK has joined the US and Europe in banning imports of Russia fossil fuels as part of sanctions against the country due to the war. Okay, so yeah, these people are doing nuts. It says Gordon drives 30 miles every day to get to work. It's actually getting to the point now where I'm contemplating leaving a full-time steady job to look for something close to home just to save 30 or 40 quid. Ooh, I think that's 30 or 40 quid a week on fuel. What is that, cents? What is it? What is quid? Is that $1? 30? Is that cents? Is that cents? It was a very hard decision, but I've got a wife, a house, and kids, and that money that is spent better elsewhere. Okay, he wants to spend that stuff there. Olivia is a nurse in Flintshire, North Wales. When she filled up her car this week, it cost her 55 pounds, and she has seen prices near her as much as 195 pounds per liter. Okay, in my 7 years of driving, it's never cost that much. The 24-year-old says, I work as a nurse and it takes me half an hour to get there and a half an hour to get back. So she's driving to people's homes, okay? But she says there are nurses in much worse positions than she is. My colleagues that do community nursing have to drive around to patients' homes. It's costing them an absolute fortune. Man, Well, I think countries that have their own gas should go ahead and start using their own gas. That's what I say. If you have your own gas, you have your own fossil, you have your own reserves. I think you should start using those. I mean, gas stations here, I'm seeing we have ethanol. You know what I mean? Whatever you can use that can actually work, that can work for your car great and has it run. Anything that can be proven. Once ethanol hit the gas station, I'm pretty sure, man, they can use that. It's cheaper. You know what I mean? I don't know. We gotta figure something out to help or start using our own reserves. We need our own reserves open times like this so we can help us out. More people will go out there spending more. They'll drive more. They'll get more of our reserves up. I don't know why we're still holding them for. Like, we're not going to be the oil giant in the world. That's not going to happen. I don't know why we're holding it like that, but let's get to these replies and comments though. I don't know why we're holding it like that. We'll run through these real quick. Studio, here we go. 539. Thanks for the new subs. I do appreciate that. Actually, before we get there, let me check out this video right now. I'll do it right here. The video with my daughter and the skin color thing has not stopped. It has not stopped at all. This video is doing ridiculous. Let me just check this really quick. Ridiculous for me. Okay? Ridiculous for me. So, not to some other people, but this is ridiculous for me. Last 48 hours. Okay, boom. So, it does not stop. It's at 7K right now. The video is at 7K right now, and it gets literally 136 views every single hour. Okay? It's averaging over 2,000 views. You know what I mean? Like, this is ridiculous. Every 48 hours, it has at least 2,200 views. So that's not bad right there. And the one with my daughter, this one is almost at 4K, and it gets about the same amount. So, hey, I can't complain. And I've gotten like 35 subscriptions off of those two videos. Cannot complain at all. Cannot complain at all. But let's get to these comments right here. Thanks to everyone watching my stuff. I appreciate it. Man, it's moving and it's grooving, okay? Moving and grooving. This comment right here came from listening to this story. It came from Ryan Rex. As a white guy, okay, I like this stuff. As a white guy, colorism is something I just never could wrap my head around, especially at such a young age. Great post. And thank you so much, Ryan. Let me go ahead and reply to Ryan. Let him know that he just sent this in like 6 minutes ago. So I'm gonna hit reply and let him know that I'm going over his text right now. So, you know, at a young age, and I'll tell you this, Ryan, you know, a lot of people don't know this stuff. Growing up as a black kid, we don't only have to go through, you know, the white and the black thing. We grew up in areas where they put black on brown, so we got to go through that. You know what I mean? Then on top of that, we still got to put up with the exact same thing. Are you a house slave or a field slave? Are you an Uncle Tom or not? All that stuff still goes on to this day. Light-skinned kids, all since I've been little, have been picked on, you know, but, you know, the light-skinned movement was real strong with El DeBarge and them. They made a strong get down, okay? And, you know, and then the dark people start getting real, like with Tyson and Tyrese and them. It was like a movement where people that were dark were like, man, what about us? What about us? And, you know, that stuff never changes right there. Now, like, if you look at families now, especially in my family, from my mom and all of them, most of us are black. You know what I mean? By the most part. And then, you know, we have Native American mixed in us. We have Mexican. We have Hispanics over on my dad's side. But You know what I mean? Like we gotta go through all this stuff. And in our family right now, me and my brothers and my cousins and stuff, most of us have mixed kids. Most of our kids are mixed. We got the light skins. We have the light skins. You know what I mean? Like most of our kids are mixed. So people, it goes on all the time. Jose had a comment on that same one. He said, my son is older now, but he was darker. He was darker than Mexicans, so they thought he was black. One day Easter egg hunt, we hear Mexican moms saying to their kids, get all the eggs away from the end, kid. Yeah, I'm telling you, people, I just said black and brown. See, I told you. Get all the kids away from the end, kid. I responded in Spanish telling them he's Mexican. They looked at me like, oh, S. Till this day, people still think he is. So when they ask him, he says, hell, yeah, I'm black and proud of it. Man. People, we go through black and brown problems here like a lot. And there you go. That's it right there. Now, this next one says, DoorDash, this is your problem. Don't be mad at her. Someone else will pick it up. She's not a W-2 worker like you. If the food was ready, she would have delivered it. First of all, you are all messed up in this. I am mad at her because she was a terrible representation of what we are supposed to do. First of all, you should have been ashamed of that also if you actually listen to the video. Someone else will pick it up. Yeah, someone else will have to fight and argue to go pick that up, and it's going to be cold from McDonald's. And if they don't come, McDonald's throws it away. So if you want someone to get cold food, then there you go. I'm not on a W-2, so I'm not on the W-2. So that should let you know that she really that's not no. And he says if the food was ready, she would have delivered it. People, man, how many times do you go inside your own house and you ask is the food's done and your parents say, oh, you gotta wait. You gotta wait. Okay? You got to wait. Someone says our time is money too. Says every second that order is not ready is time not paid. You are ridiculous. We're in California. Okay? Egyptian magician. That's one DoorDash driver. Besides, if the order is still being prepared, then don't need to wait. Time is money. That's another person that says that. Wow. Now, listen to this story. This comment came from Chris J. Nobody talks about this. Is lighter skin and mixed race light women have it too bad too? Okay. It says, she put an is in there. Lighter skin and mixed race light women have it bad too, especially by darker skinned women. No one ever talks about this. That's hot facts. It happened to my daughter. That's why I got to talk about it. Okay. Someone said the order will get picked up by someone else. So what I do, it says, so what I do it all the time. All right. Now this one comes from Kooky Cool Aunt Karen. Kooky Cool Aunt Karen says she deserves so much better and she's crying. I don't understand what that means. I don't get what this comment means. This story was about, the kids picking on my daughter for her being light and not the same color. And you said she deserves so much better. My daughter, what do you mean? My daughter deserves so much better as a human being? Yeah, every human being deserves so much better than people, treating people like that. You gave her Purple Hearts. So, yeah, I don't know. Says, okay, DoorDash did. This is your problem. Oh, we got a driver that's upset about that person, and I'm gonna read your stuff. Says she looked like a dog, Hunchback of Notre Dame looking a. Pick your chin up and get your damn delivery, lady. TF, you think this is a picnic? Good video. Now, people, the reason why it's a good video, people, is because I'm trying to show like people you can't do that. How you take the time to drive to a place using those whatever 1.5 miles, 2 miles to drive to a place, wait all the way until the order's almost done, not even get attention and just drive off. That's why he got mad. He said, pick up your damn delivery. Pick up your damn delivery. Why would you drive there and drive off and then say it's A-okay? Pick up your damn delivery. That's all I got to say. Okay? Now this one came from Newport Beach Dasher. She gave me on finding dollars at the drive-thru on delivery people, how I go get my change. She gave me a heart, people, and said that's good work right there. Yep. And this comment came from Krista Ray. How you doing, Krista Ray? Krista Ray says, good job milking the clock. I put up a video, people, called Uber Eats DoorDash lessons on milking the clock and getting tips at the drive-thru while you're working hourly. So now, people, now that the hourly is here and everyone that has been watching the no tip, no trip stuff, all those days are pretty much over. All the content you're going to have to learn how to operate during this whole thing, check my videos out. I show you how to milk the clock while you are doing these orders. I show you, like, milk the clock. Yes, people, there are ways to get more money while you are on hourly. And in the videos that I am putting up now, I am showing people how to milk the clock to get extra money while on these orders, while getting hourly paid. There's no other content creators out there doing it. There's none. I am the only one. So you guys want to learn how to milk the clock, learn how to make extra money, do all that stuff while on hourly, start taking a look at these videos. Okay? Krista Ray said, good job on milking the clock. People, I'm showing you how to get paid. I'm showing you. If you work in a state where it's hourly, watch the videos that I am putting up. I have another one that I'm doing. I did one yesterday and before. I got one that I'm doing right now. I only did 2 deliveries earlier today because I was in my wife's car and my charger right here, when I put it inside her car, it's weird. Her charger it drains my phone. And then I have my spare, my portable hotspot box, and I was charging it up with that. And then I was driving. Then once that died, it took too long to charge up my box and try to do. So I have to come back here, charge up my phone to 100%. Then when I go back out there driving tonight, I'll be able to finish up showing you guys how to milk this clock. Okay, how to milk this clock, and it's very beneficial. And I do it every single day. So I'm making more money while on the deliveries that I am receiving. So people, how these times are changing, take a look at how you can take advantage of it. Okay, so that's the end of those comments there. People, we had a really great show today. Really great interview with Cornbread. People, Friday we have no interview booked for Friday, at least yet. I'm going to get off of here and try to book more interviews. So I got to work on interviews for next week, but until we get interviews, we're going to do the standard flow for the show. The more interviews come in, we're going to get those in. Everybody out there, I'm going to be bugging everyone. So if I hit you, if the ignorers come, they're going to come, but I'm still going to bug you. One day it's going to happen. So I got to get these interviews in. There's more stuff out there, and I'm going to be bringing in people from different walks of life to come in here too, that own their own business and all that stuff. So this is Hot Facts with Robert Reese, people. Thank you guys for joining in. I'm out like Chuck Woolery in 2 and 2. Peace out.